Okay, welcome back everybody. It's great to have you here because for the next session, our product team are going to be the stars of the show. I'm joined by our Chief Product Officer, Steve Langley, and another of our brilliant senior product managers, Adam Goodman. Together, they're going to walk us through some of the latest features to be released on LoyaltyLion, as well as giving us a sneak peek of what's coming up next. If you have questions for our product team during this session, then please do drop them into the chat and we'll come back to you with answers after the event. Now, I will leave you in Adam and Steve's capable hands to talk all things product and what goes on behind the scenes at LoyaltyLion. Over to you guys.
Great. Thanks, Fee. Thanks for the introduction. So today, I want to concentrate on some of the key initiatives that we as a product team have delivered over the last year to 6 months, and also what we're going to be working on for the next 6 months to a year. But before we go into that, firstly, I think it would be good to share with you how we as a product team work to ensure that we meet the needs of our thousands of merchants and to ensure that we're giving value to yourselves when you use our platform. So by doing this approach, we can ensure that we create as much value for you and also for your shoppers. So as a team, we work across 3 development streams. So these development streams are firstly core feature optimization. And what that means is we look to ensure that the existing features that we build for you are scalable and fit for purpose. And we ensure that they meet the needs of all our customers and enable you to configure and manage your loyalty program to achieve your specific ambitions. Now, this stream focuses specifically on optimizing the loyalty specific features and helping to show how they create value to you and your customers. So this is all the existing loyalty features and functionality that you see. The second stream is all about partner integrations. And we know by working with you, our merchants, that your technologies that you use are part of an ecosystem. You have multiple technology partners and you're using them on a daily basis. And we believe that this rich ecosystem of varied providers enables you to create truly strong mutual beneficial relationships with your customers. And we believe that these platforms should talk to each other as effectively as possible. So therefore, we operate an integration model. And what that model does is it allows us to integrate with the leading complementary technologies to enable you to build these relationships with these shoppers and to engage with them as effectively as possible using best-in-class technology and using the skills that have been developed over the years of all those specialists, adding them together cumulatively and giving it more power as the marketeer. The final stream for us is product innovation. Now, we know that LoyaltyLion is the leading platform globally, which is now officially recognized by G2, which is great. But it's essential for us to ensure that our technology is moving forwards. And in doing that, we always look to identify new ways to create value for you, our merchants, and for your customers. So therefore, we have a dedicated focus and stream to identify the areas we can add further innovation to this unique space. But now you've got some insight in terms of how we actually do things. Let's have a look at what we've done recently. So at this stage, I'd love to introduce you to Adam, who's one of our senior product managers here at LoyaltyLion.
Thanks very much, Steve. Hi, everyone. So as Steve mentioned, I'm going to walk you through what we've delivered roughly, some of the main things we've delivered in about the last year. So to start with, I'm just going to briefly mention the loyalty dashboard. I'm hoping most of you know lots about this already. Really simply, this is a way to help you see the value that your loyalty program is creating and report better on the ROI. For those of you who were on the talk before with Freddie, you'll have heard loads of stuff about this, so I'm not going to cover it again. If you weren't on that talk, I'd definitely recommend you go back and have a listen to that in more detail. If you could go to the next one, please, Steve. Cool. The next one is LoyaltyLion Flows. We're really excited about this one because it gives you the ability for the first time to build automations directly within LoyaltyLion. What we know that you guys want to do and what we want to enable you to do through LoyaltyLion is to drive repeat purchases by automatically rewarding loyal behaviors. Now, this feature, those of you who are on Plus will already be aware that it's available as standard for Plus merchants, but it's also available now more recently for those on Advanced as an add-on. So please do get in touch to find out more about that one. Next one, please, Steve. More recently, we've been working on reward and discount combinations. So now LoyaltyLion voucher-based rewards can be used alongside Shopify rewards and discounts. So what this means, simply speaking, is that your customers can redeem loyalty rewards alongside other store-based promotions in the same transaction, something that they weren't able to do before. Next one, Steve. Steve briefly mentioned our dedication to our partnerships. We're particularly excited about the enhancements that we've made recently with our Klaviyo integration, which I know that many of our merchants use. For those who are considering the integration and aren't already using it, maybe you're new to LoyaltyLion, or maybe you're new to Klaviyo, we've made some changes to the integration, which means it's easier than ever to set up. You can do it in literally a few clicks. So we're really pleased with that. And for those already using the integration or interested as well, we've added to our already extensive list of events a new one for points expiry. The points expiry event allows you to remind your customers that their points are due to expire, and all you need to do is set up a simple Klaviyo flow using that points expiry event, and that will galvanize your customers to make the most of their points before they expire. And next slide, please, for the last one that I wanted to mention today is multi-factor authentication. So we've released this really to add an additional layer of security when signing into a LoyaltyLion account. As you'll all be aware, security is of utmost importance to all businesses, especially these days, as well as anyone in the e-commerce space. Usage is optional, but it is available to absolutely all LoyaltyLion customers. We highly recommend you set it up, and it's very easy to do by simply clicking into your account and going onto your profile setting page. And that's it from me. I'm going to pass you back now to Steve to continue the talk.
Thanks very much for that, Adam. So now let's take a quick look at what's on the horizon from a product build perspective. And one thing to note is that we're constantly releasing new features and improvements on a fortnightly basis. Many of these are small improvements, fixes, just general additions to the existing functionality, which will help to improve the product experience on an ongoing basis. But we also have a number of more significant projects, and what we'll do is we will concentrate on a few of those today. So let's have a look at what we're building right now. So these are the initiatives that we are looking to release in the next 3 months. So firstly, we have seamless rewards. Again, from the work that you were seeing on the dashboard with Freddie, we see that redeeming customers have a greater customer lifetime value and retention than your other customers. And this is a unique behavior that we're seeing across the vast majority of our programs that we run and facilitate on your behalf. So what we're looking to do here is to find ways to help you further increase that redemption rate and ensure that your shoppers are actually using those rewards and are finding those rewards more accessible throughout the purchasing journey. So that's a big piece of work that we're doing to enable those different types of rewards to be used in different places, and also to enhance that checkout experience as well. So that's a big piece of work that we're really looking forward to. The second piece of work we're actually working on right now is around tier status. So we know many of our programs are using tiers to help drive loyalty. And this enables your customers to more effectively see where they are in terms of their loyalty journey with you. And it will also help them to enable them to understand what they need to do to either stay within their current tier status or to actually move forward to their next tier. So again, it helps to inform the shopper and helps to drive those additional purchases. Finally, on what we're working on right now is something that's a little bit drier, but it's massively important from our perspective. So this is all about platform optimization. So to enable us to do the dashboard, to enable us to work on much higher data volumes, we've invested significantly within both our infrastructure teams, but also our data teams. And that enables us to create much more value from these rich data sets that we have across our programs. Now, we deal with billions and billions of transactions over the year, and it's essential for us to ensure that the platform can handle that data. But not only can it handle that data in a scalable, effective way, but it also can interrogate and use that data much more effectively. And this is vital work, which helps us to develop more products, much more data-centric products, and continues to grow our capability in this area over the coming years. So that's a really important fundamental part of what we're looking to provide you guys going forward. Next is really a time frame of between 3 to 9 months. So these are areas that we've started our development. We've started an awful lot of our discovery, but they won't be built for the next 3 months. They'll be coming straight after what we just developed in the now column. So the first one is another interesting point for us. We know that across different territories, across different areas, there are a number of merchants, a number of brands that need to get a really, really good understanding of the number of points they have out there in the marketplace. This enables them to understand what their liabilities are and ultimately helps them to manage that liability more effectively. So what we're doing is we're working on this area to help report on this and then looking at ways to actually manage and maintain that liability store more effectively. Secondly, we're looking to take a lot of that effort that we talked about earlier with the platform optimization and actually use that to help us surface specific loyalty data to better target specific customers by their status and where they are within their program experience. So here we're looking to help better create these unique loyalty views and identify those segments of much higher value potential. One of the classic cases being your redeeming customers. So we're looking at actually identifying those customers who are redeeming customers, or ideally identifying those customers who haven't redeemed yet, but they have enough points to redeem a reward, etc., and enable you to actually target, segment, and then drive a specific message to those customers. And that'll either be through the platform, or it will actually go out to our integration partners such as Klaviyo for you to actually interact with those customers via appropriate messaging. And then finally, within the next series is, again, as we talked about earlier, we work across this whole rich ecosystem of partners, and all those partners have different ways of potentially using the value you get from the loyalty program. And we're looking to ensure that we create these strong technical relationships with those partners to ensure that we can have the seamless flow of data and customer information across the platforms to help you get the very most of those investments you've made in both LoyaltyLion and also with your other partners, and ensuring that ecosystem works in a cohesive and effective way to help actually amplify your ability to communicate and effectively manage your customers. Finally, we're looking at what we're going to explore for later. And this is all about some of the ideas and the opportunities that we have to further develop the program. These are less defined and less explored, but there's an area that we really think we've got some value and potential for the business. So the first one is regarding new customer accounts. So Shopify have implemented some new options in terms of how you as a brand can actually manage your customer accounts. And we're looking to ensure that the LoyaltyLion platform can accommodate that effectively, but also build further flexibility around choice around this topic around opt-in, opt-out, auto-enrollment, and things like that. So that's an area which is, again, fundamental for a loyalty program. We're looking to expand the ability for you to configure the programs much more appropriately going forwards. The second big topic is all about performance benchmarking. So we power thousands of loyalty programs across the globe, and we have a great understanding of what good looks like. So we know what the maximum potential of a loyalty program is. We know what the median is for loyalty across different industry sectors, across different territories. And by harnessing this information and building up a big picture, what we're able to do is give you a better idea of how your program is performing against others and how your program could potentially perform to its very maximum potential. So by giving you an idea of what good looks like, we can help you drive it to that and then further. And finally, again, a big topic around this is program optimization. So taking into account what we were talking about regarding data, taking about what we were talking about versus targeting and segmentation, and also around performance benchmarking, what we have is a view of where we can go with a loyalty program. What are the limits of a program? How do we think a program can be optimized to ensure that you reach the full potential of your loyalty program and you harness that effectively to drive these really, really strong relationships with your shoppers, with your customers? So within this, we're looking at different ways of providing you with tools, prompts, best guidance, and activities to ensure that you, as the person managing and running the program, can get the very best out of the program, even if that's not the area of your speciality. So what we want to do is provide you with as much information to help you drive the effectiveness and the performance of your program. So in summary, loads of major initiatives that we're working on, ultimately to enable you to drive longer, higher value relationships with your customers. And whilst subject to change, as always would be with an agile roadmap for an organisation such as ours, we hope that gives you a really good flavour of what is on the horizon. So that's it from me. Over to you, Fee.
Fantastic. Thank you both. What a great session. It's so great to see where and how the LoyaltyLion team are developing the platform even. I often see our product improvements getting shouted out in all of our customer G2 reviews, and it's good to see why in practice. Before I let you go, we do actually have one question that we received during the event registration process, which I thought was really interesting. So just going to throw that your way now. So we know that AI is a super hot topic, and we also heard our keynote Kurt mentioning it as well earlier. So we'd love to know, are there plans to build AI into LoyaltyLion at any point? Steve, I'll come to you first, but Adam, free to chip in as well.
So AI is obviously the hot topic, and it is something that adds massive potential to organizations such as ourselves, and also give huge amounts of value to organizations such as yourselves. AI isn't the panacea. It doesn't solve every single problem, but what it can do is it can take away an awful lot of the legwork and the hassle and some of that pre-learning that has to go on. So we believe that there is significant potential for AI to be used in the right way, to be concentrated on and focused. And part of that journey is what we said about best-in-class prompts, templates, ways to ensure that we enable you to understand how to get much better value out of the program and the investment you're making in loyalty. So we are looking to take those steps forward within using better data-led tools and systems, and then also using that with other tools to really act as your virtual consultant. Now, we're some way from there, but it does make sense. We have a huge amount of knowledge, which is encapsulated in LoyaltyLion over many, many years. And as I said, over thousands and thousands of programs that we're running on our customers' behalves. And there is some real power in being able to take that information and help share it in the most effective way using AI. So that is something that's of real potential. It's real value. And it's certainly on the horizon and something that we are looking to investigate very seriously. Fantastic. Thank you. I know as a marketer myself, I find it quite hard to differentiate between the hype around AI to actually how to use it effectively. So that's really helpful. Thank you. One last question, which is actually just from me, but I love listening to Steve talk about loyalty. So one last question from me. Steve, what's the highest priority outcome that you think a store should expect from a loyalty program? Where should the focus be? Well, the loyalty program is built around trying to generate these long-term relationships, these high-value relationships to give back to your customers. And one of the most effective outcomes of this is understanding where you can create value through loyalty. We've seen from the dashboard work, from what I discussed earlier, is that your engaged customers, your customers that are engaging with the loyalty program, are significantly more valuable. And this isn't just a trend. This is almost like a rule that we're seeing. And it's very important to look to try and drive those relationships with your top customers, your most loyal customers. And we feel that the more you invest in those customers, and the dashboard, etc., will enable you to know how much you can invest in those customers to convert those customers to redeemers, etc. The more you invest in them, the more those customers will invest in you. And then one of the massive outcomes of this is that it gives you so much data, and that data is so powerful. And the need for first-party data in today's marketing world is really important. The access to data is so much more challenged. So use your own data, use your customers' data, and the loyalty platform enables you to create so many very informative and effective views of your customer.
Fantastic. And I love what you said there about how much you can invest. I think, Adam, some of your conversations lately with customers have been around cost of acquisition rising and trying to offset that as well.
Yeah, that's right. That is a theme that keeps coming up. We know that's a massive issue to merchants across the globe at the moment. And we truly believe, and we see the results as well through the loyalty program, the power of retaining customers and really rewarding those customers that display the right behaviors that really bring value to your brand. So that is definitely a huge theme, and one that the loyalty programs that we support and with you guys, our merchants, really addresses, especially if you make use of many of our features, like, for example, flows, where you can really drive the behaviors you want out of the customers that you've already got and know are already engaged with your brand.
Fantastic. Yes, making more from your existing customers, every marketer's dream, I think. Fantastic. Thank you so much. That is it for our roadmap session, unfortunately. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm super excited to see some of those things come to life over the coming months. A huge thank you to Adam and Steve for joining us today. You've both been fantastic. We really appreciate your time, and we will see you later. Thank you both.
Thanks, guys.